Hey there, classic rock lovers, and welcome to Classic Reviews, where we review classic rock albums. And today we have an exciting treat for you. So get ready for an epic CD review that will hopefully leave you craving to listen to this band. The CDs we will be reviewing will be our two greatest hit CDs by the English rock band the Electric Light Orchestra, mostly known as ELO. The band Electric Light Orchestra was formed in 1970 by Jeff Lynne, Roy Wood and Bev Bevan, who were all previously in a band called The Move. Roy Wood left ELO early on and formed the band Wizard, who done the big Christmas song I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, and regular viewers of my channel and Black Sabbath fans would know the drummer Bev Bevan for when he was briefly in Black Sabbath for the Born Again tour with Ian Gillan. ELO have had quite a few band members and lineups on and off over the years, and throughout that, lead singer and guitarist Jeff Lynne has been the main band member. As well as being in ELO, Jeff Lynne is a really talented guitarist who has done a lot of songwriting, string arrangements, and producing outside of ELO, which includes working with members of the Beatles, contributing songs to films like Xanadu and Electric Dreams, and he was part of a supergroup for Travelling Wilburys. So, first CD is called The Very Best of Electric Light Orchestra. It came out in June 1994 and it got to number 4 in the UK album charts. The second CD is called All Over the World, Very Best of Electric Light Orchestra. This album came out in June 2005 and got to number 1 spot on the UK album charts. In fact, the second CD has the better cover, slightly longer track listing, and has re-entered the top 10 of the UK album charts multiple times. So, like with previous 2-for-1 CD reviews, I'll talk about songs that are on both albums first, and the track listing on both these albums are in non-chronological order. Opening track on first CD, which is also track number 4 on second CD, is called Sweet Talking Woman. This song is off the Out of the Blue album, which came out in October 1977. It got to number 6 of the UK charts and number 17 in the US Billboard Hot 100. The song Sweet Talking Woman is a catchy and uplifting pop rock song that's full of nice sounding melodies, harmonies and vocals, and it starts off with a wedding violin intro, which is followed by the coda. This song also features a few very effective rhythm breaks, which showcases Bev Bevan's steady drum work that's being performed throughout the song. Some people say that this song is one of the band's first steps into the disco sounds. In terms of the lyrics, the first line, which says, "Where did you go?" sets up the entire song as being unable to get in touch with this woman they met. Track number 2 on the first CD, which also opens the second greatest hits album, is called Mr. Blue Sky. This song is probably ELO's signature song. It is said to be the happiest song of all time. It got to number 35 in the Billboard Hot 100 and number 6 in the UK charts. This is one of my favourite songs from ELO, and it's a song that's well arranged, features great vocal overdubs and harmonies, some good guitar parts, and a great string-laden ending. What inspired Jeff Lynne to write this Beatlesque or Beatles-influenced song was when he was in a chalet in Switzerland trying to write songs. The weather was dark and misty for a couple of weeks. Then the sun started shining. Jeff Lynne was like, "Wow, look at those Alps." And then he wrote the song Mr. Blue Sky and a bunch of other songs in the next couple of weeks. Track number 3 and 10 on both CDs is called Living Thing. This has to be one of the band's highest rated songs. It's off the A New World record album, which came out in October 1976. It got to number 4 in the UK charts, number 13 in the Billboard Hot 100, and Patty Quattro sings backing vocals. There's been many interpretations and rumours over what the song is about, such as an ex-band member's suicide, saving animals and the environment. A lot of people say it's an anti-abortion song, but even though the original version of Living Thing was inspired by a bout of food poisoning that Jeff Lynne had while in Spain at the time, the song is ultimately about loss of love. One of the main things that makes this more unique and stand out a bit is that the song has been structured with augmented guitar chords. The song starts off with a haunting then positive violin arrangement, and Jeff Lynne provides a rough but at the same time smooth vocal, before it goes into the multi-track pre-chorus and harmonised chorus, which also features drums pounding away throughout. You also get some mysterious sounding echoey vocals with a call and answer interplay on the second verse, all of which can be hard to understand. Track number 4 on the first CD, which is also the second song on the second CD, is called Evil Woman. This song is off the Face the Music album, which came out in September 1975. It got to number 10 on both the UK and US charts, and I think Evil Woman was one of ELO's first big hits. The song is about a woman that had wronged Jeff Lynne, and now she's getting what she deserved. And the song itself is a poppy R&B type song that's based on just a few chords. However, on top of just a few chords and tight drum beats that all groove quite well anyway, you have some great piano playing and string orchestration. Plus, on top of some nice piano playing, Richard Tandy also performs some short but funky clavinet playing, which is what Stevie Wonder used on his big hit Superstition. Track number 5 and 11 on both these CDs is called Telephone Line. This song is off the A New World record album, and it charted very well in both the UK and US, getting to number 8 and 7 in the UK and US charts. The song Telephone Line is about a man listening to the telephone ringing, hoping that former lover will answer, and he's imagining what he'd say to her. This song is a synth-led, slower, melancholic ballad backed by some perfect string arrangements. For track number 6 and 17 on both these CDs, we stay on the A New World record album for the song called Rock Area, which got to number 9 on the UK charts. The slow operatic intro is sung in German, and it's a Chuck Berry-esque rocker that uses Mary Thomas's operatic voice to accompany the lyrics about getting an opera lover or singer to love and sing rock and roll. Track number 7 and 6 on both his greatest hits CD is called Turn to Stone. This song is the opening track of the Out of the Blue album. It got to number 18 on the UK charts and number 13 on the US charts. This song starts off with a fading synth intro, and the synths in this song, which I think are backed by guitars, make this punchy high-octane song very space-like. This well-written and produced song has a disco influence to it, and while it's the synths that take centre stage, the guitars, drums, leads and harmony vocals are also very good too. And the song is about life being pointless and uneventful when your lover is not actually with you. Track number 8 on the first CD, which is also the third song on the second greatest hits CD, is called Don't Bring Me Down. This song is off the Discovery album, which came out in June 1979, and it's one of the band's highest charting songs, getting to number 3 in the UK charts and number 4 in the US charts. This is either one of or the first ELO song to not feature a string section. And I think Jeff Lynne played all the instruments himself when recording this song. The song Don't Bring Me Down is a stomping, catchy rocker that features the sound of the door closing at the end of the song. And the song has been associated with NASA and their space stations and shuttles. One of the main things that this song is known for is when Jeff Lynne sings the word Bruce in the chorus. All that is was Jeff Lynne singing a made-up word to fill a gap in the vocals. Turns out the word Bruce is some German word which I think translates to the word greeting. Anyway, a lot of people thought Jeff Lynne was singing the name Bruce, and Jeff Lynne saw the funny side of this and even sings the name Bruce himself when performing the song live. Track number 9 and 13 on both these CDs is called Wild West Hero. This song is the closing track of the Out of the Blue album, and it got to number 6 in the UK charts. You could say that this song is a heartfelt piano-led country ballad about the narrator dreaming about being a cowboy in the Wild West, but a more friendly and peaceful cowboy who just wants to ride the range all day and is willing to leave the Indians alone. The song starts off with some really nice piano, and it gets taken up a notch when the drums come in. As expected, you get some nice and smooth harmony vocals, and what really adds to the Wild West theme is some saloon-like piano playing in the middle of the song, which is also joined by some lead electric guitar playing. Track 10 and 12 is what I suppose is the title track of the second greatest hit CD, and it's the song called All Over the World. This song is from the soundtrack of the musical fantasy film Xanadu. It reached number 11 in the UK charts and number 13 in the American Billboard Hot 100. The Xanadu film came out in 1980, and this is a song I really like, and it has grown on me the more I listen to it. And it's a well put together symphonic disco pop classic. Track number 11 and 9 is called Hold On Tight. This song was the lead single and one of the closing tracks for the band's concept album called Time, which came out in July 1981. The song got to number 4 in the UK charts and number 10 in the Billboard Hot 100. The music video for this song was the most expensive ever made at the time, and the song Hold On Tight is like a 50s rockabilly song combined with 1980s Simpson technology. And the third verse, which is sung in French, I think is just a translation of the first verse. One of the main things I want to say about this song is that it has like a time traveller past future theme to it. Not just because it's like a 1950s rockabilly tune with an updated 80s sound to it, but also because I think the song is about someone who's travelled through time but misses his lover and wants to see his lover again, etc. Track 12 and 8 on both these greatest hits CD is simply titled Confusion. This is off the Discovery album. It got to number 8 in the UK charts and only got to number 37 in the US charts. The song Confusion gives like a sneak preview of what was to come the year after with the Xanadu soundtrack. This is a slow song that features great use of falsetto, the coda, cooler response to the chorus, among other great production elements. And I think the song is about a relationship falling apart and breaking up. Track number 13 and 14 on both these CDs is called Showdown. This is one of the oldest songs on both these CDs, coming from the band's third album called On the Third Day, which came out in late 1973. The song got to number 12 in the UK charts and only number 53 in the Billboard Hot 100. It was a song John Lennon liked, and Jeff Lynne borrowed one of Mark Bolan's guitars during the recording of this song. The song Showdown is actually a rather funky song that grooves along very nicely, and of course, features an elegant sounding orchestration. Track number 15 and 18 on both these CDs is called Strange Magic. This song is off the Face the Music album, got to number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100, but only got to 38 on the UK charts. The song Strange Magic is like an enchanting psychedelic ballad. The instrumentation features a very nice sounding layered coda, but the lyrics do sound like the song is 80% chorus, and that they are running out of ideas during the rest of the song. Track number 16, or the third to last song on the first Greatest Hits CD, which is also track number 5 on the second CD, is called Shine a Little Love. This song opens the Discovery album. It got to number 6 in the UK charts and number 8 in the Billboard Hot 100. The song Shine a Little Love is a disco type song with a gently running rhythm, and it has synths, strings and lyrics that celebrate the feeling of being in love. For the second to last song, or track number 17 on the first CD, which is also track number 7 on the second CD, we stay on the Discovery album with a song called The Diary of Horace Wimp. This is a rather Beatles-esque influenced song that features use of a vocoder and has a similar feel-good lyrical structure and tempo to the song Mr. Blue Sky. The lyrics of this song tell a story of someone who's a wimp trying to find love, and the song got to number 8 in the UK charts. So I think that's all the songs that are on both CDs. So I'll talk about the couple songs that are just on the first Greatest Hits CD. The first song is called Last Train to London. Like the previous song I spoke about, this song is off the Discovery album and reached number 8 in the UK charts. But unlike the previous song, this song did chart in America, reaching number 39 in the Billboard Hot 100. The main thing I can think of to say about this song is that it's an upbeat, funky disco type song that flows very nicely, that I think is about long distance love. The other song that's only on the first Greatest Hits CD is a live version of the song Roll Over Beethoven. This Chuck Berry cover originally appeared on the band's second album ELO 2, which came out in March 1973, and the studio recording was about 7 to 8 minutes long. The live version you get on this CD is under 4.5 minutes long. Must admit, I'm not sure where or when this live performance was from. It says in the liner notes that it might be from 1985. Anyway, this is an energetic live performance that combines Chuck Berry's hit, bits of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, and some prog-like instrumentals. So I'll now talk about songs that are just on the second greatest hits CD, first of which is track number 15, which is called Mama Bell. This song is off on the Third Day album, got number 22 in the UK charts, 87 in the Billboard Hot 100, and features Mark Bolan playing twin lead guitar alongside Jeff Lynne. Some of you might be able to tell that this is one of the older songs on this CD, with a lower, lesser production sound quality to it. And while I personally don't think it's the best song ELO have done, it's an alright and generic sounding rocker that sounds a little bit like ZZ Top. Track number 16 on the second greatest hits CD is called Xanadu. This is the title track of a musical fantasy film that came out in 1980. The original version of this song was written by ELO, who performed the instrumentation and backing vocals, while Olivia Newton-John sung the lead vocals. The original version with Olivia Newton-John was a very successful song, charting at number 1 in multiple countries, including the UK, and got to number 8 in the Billboard Hot 100. Anyway, what you hear on this greatest hits CD is a re-recorded version ELO did, which features Jeff Lynne on lead vocals and was featured on the Flashback box set compilation, which came out in late 2000. All I can really think of to say about this track is while the song ain't bad, the original with Olivia Newton-John on lead vocals is a lot better. The second to last song on this greatest hits CD is called Alright. This is the latest or youngest song we hear on this album review, as this song opens the Zoom album, which came out in June 2001. And I think the Zoom album features drummer Ringo Starr on a couple songs, and some of the late Beatles guitarist George Harrison's last recordings. While neither George Harrison or Ringo Starr played on this song, a lot of people say there is a Beatles influence to the song Alright. A lot of people also say that this song sounds like Toto, or even the Tears for Fears song Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Personally, I think this song sounds similar to something the band's Bad Company would do. Despite the fact this song sounds similar to bands like Toto or Bad Company, this is definitely not ELO's best work. I'm not saying this song is really bad, but it's just not the best song ELO has done. The last song on the second greatest hits album is the single edit of a song called Rock and Roll is King. This song is off the Secret Messages album, which came out in June 1983, and it might be the band's last UK top 20 single, reaching number 13 in the UK charts and number 19 in the Billboard Hot 100. All I could think of to say about this song is that it's a fun and retro sounding rocker that features a violin solo or two by Mick Kaminsky. As fun as the song sounds, it's not as good as the band's other rock songs, like Don't Bring Me Down and Hold On Tight. And that's the track by track done. And in terms of the songs, I swear there's a few songs on these two CDs that I've heard in TV adverts over the years. And standout songs for me are Mr. Blue Sky, Don't Bring Me Down, Turn to Stone, and All Over the World. And the song Rockaria is growing on me a bit too, but my favourite song by ELO is one that has certainly grown on me a lot since listening to these CDs regularly, and it's the song called Hold On Tight. Some things I found when listening to both these CDs is that, like I mentioned before, what an absolute maestro, talented guy Jeff Lynne is. A lot of the songs have a Beatles influence to it, but you also have songs that have disco and other elements to them. And all that reminds me of when I reviewed my Thin Lizzy Greatest Hits CD, who were around at the same time as ELO, in that this band was so unique. You have a combination of rock songs and lighter sounding songs, feature all different instrumentation like strings, clarinet, synths, coda, and all that just makes this band so unique in what they were doing. Now, with the two greatest hits CDs, while the very best CD has the songs Last Train to London and Roll Over Beethoven on it, the All Over the World greatest hits CD is definitely the better album. It has a better track listing that spans more years and features newer songs. Both Both the album and CD artwork are better, and I think the sound quality must be better too, as when I listen to the first Greatest Hits album, I swear I have to turn my CD player up more than usual. So overall, the All Over the World Greatest Hits CD is the better ELO Greatest Hits album to have. So that's a wrap, folks. We've reached the end of our captivating CD review journey. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our upcoming reviews, etc. Trust me, you don't want to miss them. This is Classic Reviews. Check out 2 videos at the end, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.